thing. They are a team RRQ Hoshi. They are RRQ, so perhaps pressure. They can somehow withstand. Let's just jump into the
straight in the game.
Straight into the game. We'll talk about the drafts in the game, but we can see here a lot of Grok,
Bruno
pick, a Bruno pick, a Fanny pick as well.
Oh my God.
RRQ Hoshi. They're gonna go for a Fanny first pick here in our first opening
Grok
game
jungle
of playoff day 2. High on a Grok jungler. What the heck is going on?
And Albert on a Fanny, a hero that we've never seen him on in the entirety of Season 10. All right, and also Skylar on the Bruno. This is just a very interesting draft, but I have to say it, right? First Bruno on the playoffs.
Godiva on the Diggy as well, though, with the Avarice. So the engage potential from Aura is going to be a lot lower, but of course High can very easily be that main source of engage. So for now, we'll have to see. Are they going to try and like counter engage RRQ? Because with the Atlas, with the Fredrin as well. Oof, this is a very interesting situation.
Let's talk a little bit about this Grok jungle, right? Because he did bring the Demon Slayer. I mean, this is what we've come to expect from High. I expected something crazy, but Grok in the jungle. We'll have to see how this works out.
Albert here jumps in onto his facehugger, forced him to use that flicker, no first blood. But it seems like RRQ Hoshi, they want the blood.
Right now, it's also a Demon Slayer Fanny, so a lot less aggressive. We'll have to see how that plays out. The whole time we've seen a Demon Slayer Fanny, I think was Taz with a tank build Fanny
as well.
And it didn't really work out. So yeah, probably more objective orientated and just using that mobility to try and abuse the slow rotations from Aura Fire.
You can see here action topside, Fluffy able to escape with that skill. And it seems like, again, no first blood in the first 2 minutes. And now we are going to see that the tempo has gone down slow.
Right now, though, they're looking for another.
Oh, you can see here, Fluffy. Oh my God, he takes a lot of damage.
Oh!
What's the flicker and ultimate play there from R7. Take a look at the turtle now. We can see here Vin already opening up fire. High though will secure that lord, but Albert, he perhaps wants to fight. R7 will not deal a lot of damage, but Facehugger in the backside will claim R7. 1-1 here. As the score lands, Aura Fire slightly leading on the gold.
Action-packed first 2 minutes here in the game. Turtle over to Aura and the kill. So it is going to be worth it for Aura Fire right now. And looking at their composition, honestly, right, they need to play for that strong side XP lane as much as possible because Bruno on the hands of Skylar up against Kabuki on the Beatrix is definitely going to be a better lane for the Bruno in this gold lane matchup.
You do have questions about the late game and early game situation here, because for RRQ Hoshi, with a Fanny, with a Bruno, it does seem like they're going to be a lot stronger in the early game, but Aura is managing to actually match the aggression, and there we go, wild charge towards Vin.
Yeah, he used that retribution as well. Feather Edge tries to back him up. Vindo will not survive. Albert comes in with 4, looking for Kabuki. He survives. Albert takes a lot of damage as well. Will be able to escape for now, as Aura Fire, again, with the setup, claims another.
Again, right? And this just basically shows that even RRQ were saving a lot of strats and a lot of these picks in the regular season. Throughout the entirety of the regular season, RRQ, they only went towards fans towards Fanny and Natalia, but R7 going to be engaged on.
A 2v1 cancel out that real world.
Whoa!
Damage here. Double, no double, 1-for-1 there. As Albert and R7 claims a kill, Godiva forced to flicker away on towards the turret, but it will be RRQ Hoshi saying, we want the kills as well.
Man, the collapses from RRQ have been absolutely brutal. Every single time they pull the trigger, they go all in. And back again to that topic. In the regular season, they always ban Fanny and Natalia. Albert has never picked it up. We thought it's because maybe Albert's not comfortable on the Fanny, but maybe here, they're showing it. They're saying that, yo, he is comfortable, we're just hiding it for when it matters most.
Well, right now, though, Aura Fire is still having the upper hand somehow. If they target anyone else except for R7 on the Fredrin, it might just work out because R7 is able to soak so much damage, and that is what is using up the damage coming in from Aura Fire. But here we go, fight breaks out in the turtle pit.
Fatal links connect Alters 1. Vin goes down. Take a look at the damage time journey to give back up high. Will not survive as 2 members falls. Fanny is just unstoppable. Kabuki in the backside will not survive as well, as 3 members will go down. As for the turtle, it seems like it will fall to the hands of RRQ. We'll see here, Fluffy with low HP. What can he do? Vin providing cover, and as well as Vision here, Godiva will poke damage, but Fluffy, take a look at the damage. So nasty on towards Vin, and it seems like RRQ Hoshi will still, well, we'll reset the turtle. Okay, they will just back off for now, as RRQ Hoshi is in the lead gold-wise.
Right now, you know, Aura Fire, with their composition, they need to play around the Yve and the Beatrix that they have. Let both of these members scale. If they take too many team fights in the early stages, RRQ are definitely going to have an upper edge here. But Aura, they need to play that long game once again.
Ooh, we take a look at the talent predictions by Axe here. We have an Aura sandwich on both the Indonesian and English desk. And a turtle actually will be picked up by Aura. So that's a small victory. But they have to be very careful. We saw how it plays out when they go for a 5v5 team fight, and when Albert doesn't get CC'd because he just goes all around dealing a lot of damage, and Aura Fire, at least for now, will not be able to withstand that.
Yeah, the winning lanes for RRQ Hoshi are basically going to be able to help them dictate this game, right? With the tempo that they have. Map control definitely in favor of RRQ as they look to collapse.
2v2 here high, misses that wall charge, but take a look at the knockup, it was huge. But Fluffy in the backside, forced to flicker away, will not survive. Killing spree for Albert, and it seems like Albert is stuck as high, will claim that showdown as well. And now R7 will not be able to deal damage, and it seems like 1-for-1, the fighter for the jungler.
An amazing flashy play from RRQ, but it leads to Aura Fire getting a shutdown.
Oh! Links connects onto his Q, responded well by Godiva with that time journey here. Will not to mount on towards anything, but it seems like I might be wrong. Sally here, chunking, poking that turret bot side to half HP. They might engage in a war there, as High is already looking for bodies. But take a look at the sniper there connecting on towards Godiva in the backside. And it seems like RRQ Hoshi, they do not want business.
Notice how they're playing here, Aura Fire. Every single resource, even the kills that they can funnel to Kabuki, they do it. Gold buff secured, but it was for Kabuki. High was hitting on it, and he stopped hitting right as Kabuki goes for the last hit. So Aura Fire are really playing towards just funneling everything towards Kabuki and letting him carry once he gets those power spikes.
On the Beatrix, he can definitely do so as well. So Aura here, with the tower taken in the bot side, they're going to try and get more resources, but they have to be very careful, because we see that RRQ Hoshi, they've been sending R7 or perhaps Skylar just going for the weird routes, weird flanks, and they will always find opportunities if Aura Fire just doesn't play that control game, that vision game properly.
Let's see. Once again, they're setting up for the turtle. Ghani, they're going for it.
Oh, Vin caught here. He gets taken down with 4, taking down the links. And take a look at High, though. He will be sliced to death by that Fanny. And now we can see her 4v4. Godiva, Fluffy, Kabuki face up. They want the mid here, perhaps, as RRQ. They are trying to somehow defend this one. Able to do so is RRQ Hoshi, who were in almost a 2,000 gold lead. Aura Fire slowly but surely catching up.
Man, RRQ, right? The thing is with their composition, it's built around getting that snowball. And so far in the last 8 minutes, they've only been able to get an 800 gold lead. Again, with the winning lanes that they have. If Aura Fire play at this pace, they're going to be able to outscale RRQ Hoshi. As we're going to take a look at the items. Arashi, just put your focus on the Beatrix for now.
Hunter Strike, as well as most likely a BOD here. The still leg pets are available, but not for Fluffy, who's going to get jumped on, and he only has a Bloodlust Axe, so he can regen, but he won't be as tanky as Vin gets trapped in the side.
Yeah, Vin here again taken down for that turret though. Top side 2v2. Albert trying to escape with the Gables here is R7 dealing damage on towards Kabuki. No commitments for a real fight here.
Oh my!
That I might be wrong. R7 claiming with that kill perhaps. Gets the taunts. Kabuki 1 HP will survive. Feathered airstrike will not be able to locate Kabuki, but Albert delivers. Finds Godiva and picks up a kill.
My goodness. Just non-stop action across the map. Bottom and now top side. RRQ. Man, we're gonna have to see again as Vin is gonna be looking for that play.
Oh,
one
take
charge.
a look at the damage from Fluffy here. Taking that one, and he was more as Facehugger claims another. And Vin, with the flicker, he holds that flicker, and he gets taken down. RFI with 5 in the mid side will definitely collapse the mid turret here. R7 will not be able to do anything. Albert a little bit late to the party there, but RFI looking at the next objective, the first ward.
My God, again, Arashi, 600 gold lead now. What can you say about this fight? But I don't think you're gonna get to talk again though. R7 wants to look for that opening.
Oh no.
Oh, 4v1 here. R7 with no spells in hand. He will not survive. And take a look at Fanny here. Will he be able? Albert. Oh, with the cables. Will he be able to? Not this time. Kabuki says hello to the Lord. Kabuki will not be able to find Albert though. Albert will escape. But yes, Arashi, give me some last analysis, please.
Just RFI is able to find the better fights here. We talked about how they have very limited amounts of crowd control, limited amounts of engage, but Hai was able to actually get a 3-man wild charge and just starts everything off for the side of RFI. RRQ tries their best to try and combo it back, but unless Vin can get a huge play going on, it's going to be very difficult. And every single time Vin has tried to go for those fatal link plays, he's been zoned away. He's been poked down before he can even make the play happen. And there we go. Pickoffs is the way to go for RRQ Hoshi.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Albert is uncomfortable on the hero, man. He looks fresh on the hero, right? He's grabbing kills left and right, just like you guys can grab food with the discount code, 90% discount code, grb.to/MPL. Aura Fire now, like I mentioned, once they get Kabuki those item power spikes, this is where they start to pull the trigger, and they're doing it in the mid lane.
Hi. Ooh, so squishy with that damage.
Ooh.
Oh my God, take a look at that sniper shot by Kabuki. Taking Fanny very, very low, but RRQ Hoshi will be able to defend this one as Aura Fire, on the flip side, has established a 2,000 gold lead.
2.5k gold lead for Aura Fire. And right now, they're controlling the zoning game as well. They have more vision and more map control, despite the fact that generally, in a way, they don't really have the best frontliners. RRQ Hoshi can use Vin as well as R7 to be the main frontline, the main person they send to absorb damage in the front. Aura Fire don't have that, but it doesn't matter. With how aggressive they're playing, with how fluidly they are passing around the map, they're able to actually pressure RRQ Hoshi back.
During this calm before the storm, I guess this is a perfect time to actually talk a little bit about our predictions, right? The town prediction here. Me and Papulo, we went for Aura Fire. We're the only 2 casters that went for Aura, so maybe you guys can start first. Arashi, why did you go for RRQ Hoshi?
I feel like they have the tools available to go for those early game plays. And we have seen that even with a Diggy, right, at this point, it doesn't really mean that you have countered the Atlas. So I thought RRQ Hoshi will be able to make a play happen. Here we go.
Yeah, I mean, again, a smart concealed play was placed there, and Fluffy was the casualty, the sole casualty here, Aura Fire. What can they do to somehow defend, though? They are still in the lead, but I feel like RRQ Hoshi, with their comp here, especially Clay, take a look at the items. Already Lightning Truncheon, Genius Wand on his way, so I feel like more pressure is going to be there for side of Aura Fire as well.
Aura Fire right now though, Facehugger has that Glowing One, Ice Queen's One combo. That is deadly against these bigger buffer members like the Atlas, like the Fredrin as well. So any kind of short engagements, any kind of trades in poke, it seems like Aura Fire will get an advantage just purely off the face of how Yves can play and the skill set that has a lot more spammable nature compared to Clay on that Farsa. Because he has a Lightning Truncheon, but if you can't burst anyone down completely, there we go. Aura Fire can just walk back away, and now they have the advantage, they have the possibility of using the reward manipulation as an artillery.
I guess it's time for me to talk a little bit about why I went for Aura Fire myself, right? Firstly, their wave control. Very good with this composition, and their mobility as well. One thing that the Fredrin doesn't have that the Paquito has is that mobility, right? Sure, in terms of clearing waves, in terms of just laning in general, I would actually say that the Fredrin does really well up against the Paquito. But this, in the mid stage towards that late stage, that's where the mobility actually really shines, especially for someone like a Paquito, right? For this Aura Fire composition as well, they want to try their best to stick as 5 members with the time journey and with that wild charge.
See here, Aura Fire trying to give a some sort of a poking damage poke damage. But take a look at top side. Fanny able to somehow split push. Force Paquito to go top side. Will he commit to a fight here? As Aura Fire seems like with the information, they are starting up the Lord.
Hai has the mom support right there, ladies and gentlemen, on the bottom right of the screen. You can see Hai's mother supporting him from the audience right now. But Aura Fire are looking for this now. I think the power spike has shifted over to Aura, and RRQ are going to be the ones to have to force it.
Oh my god, Fluffy doing his main job there. Canceling out, but take a look at the Lord. It will fall to the hands of Hai. Vin falls. RRQ Hoshi, 2 members down, and seems like Aura Fire, they will force a fight here in the backside. Skylar being the main target. Will he be able to survive? As, yeah, it seems like it will be 3v5.
Oh.
But now Kabuki.
Oh!
Oh my god! Kabuki with the snipes taking R7 down.
It's just such a good combo together. The flicker, the shot coming in as well. And here, it seems like we also have the mom support for R7 in the building. His mother watching from the stands. But as of right now, it's Aura Fire leading with a 3.7 thousand gold lead. And like I said, they scale better into the late game. And with their composition, it really counters the heavy team fight that RRQ wants to go for.
I mean, before that fight even began, Albert was late to the party, and Clay was already zoned away by Fluffy, but he has no choice. He used a better airstrike, and he gets taken out completely. So RRQ, their setup just isn't as good as Aura, and now with the Lord, Aura has a chance to make a big play happen here.
Yeah, real warm replacement has been popped as well. Hai, being the frontliner, will not survive for long. It seems like Lord March is still in the mid side. RRQ still with 5 here, trying to make that defense. Aura Fire with 4 members, they are somehow relieving off pressure. Kabuki already though, with the Husk Claws.
Yeah, and with his Husk Claws, it's going to be even harder for RRQ Hoshi to look for any of those engages towards him. He has a Wind of Nature with the Husk Claws as well. He can sustain all the way to full HP. But Arashi, I think it's time to again talk a little bit about what is going on here. RRQ, what do they have to do to actually come back?
They have to make sure that they have the setup advantage here. And speaking of which, we have Skylar's parents on the bottom right of the screen as well. So everyone just throwing out for the support right here. And RRQ, they need every single bit of it, as now they're in a tough situation. They have been constantly losing out in the setup battle, and they have no solution to Fluffy just coming in and making sure that Clay is not a relevant factor in this game. They need to be able to make Vision a priority and actually let Vin engage and get a beneficial setup for his team.
Both of the mid laners' ult has been popped here. Real world manipulation, and as well as that feathered airstrike. It seems like Fanny Albert has done a splendid job and is doing in its main job now, entering the late game. Just split push, taking the pressure off, and you can see here now, Albert with the cable still able to escape. And it seems like the cut-off, the flanking from Godiva will not come to fruition.
Now, again, right, we need to talk a little bit about just how Aura Fire have been able to play this game. Kabuki, again, if that hits Skylar again, it would just be so annoying, right? Because the last 2 fights, Skylar's been just zoned off by Kabuki's ultimate alone. The render shot. Skylar hasn't been able to be... he literally isn't given room at all to play currently by Kabuki, by Facehugger. The range advantage that Aura Fire has, and obviously that disengage tool is just so beautiful, so good for them right now.
See here again, Albert trying to find a sneak in play. 11,000, 10,000.
Oh my god!
On the
what?
Look at Kabuki. Facehugger will claim that Lord. It seems like Vin will pop that Immortal off as well. Flicker ult will not amount to anything. I might be wrong though. Vin gets taken down. And we can see here R7 trying to deal damage. Kabuki gets taken down by Clay. And it seems like RRQ Hoshi, even though one roamer has been taken down, they are able to withstand the pressure. They are now dealing with the Lord in the mid side. Aura Fire down with 4.
Again, Aura Fire with the most common mistake that they've been making throughout the regular season, throughout the playoffs. Once they get ahead, they start to lose that discipline. They go in for a little too much in these fights, committing way more than they should have, right? With the Evolved Lord secured there, they should have backed up, but Albert now
Whoa, he's still going in.
Whoa!
The Immortal from Facehugger, but take a look at Albert. He bought 5,
Jeez.
and take a look at the backup. Clay with the assassination on towards Fluffy. Godiva might be next here. He still has that Immortal. It will say bye-bye now, but now Aura Fire, again, they're in the hot seat as the Kings of Kings. They are making a comeback.
Albert taking the game into his own hands. What was that? Albert literally 1v4 in that bottom side. Remember, this is a late game Fanny. This is a Fanny that scaled off. This is a Fanny that has fallen off in the game. And Aura had the gold lead, turned around instantly, and now Aura back again on the back foot.
Right now, Bruno, look at Skylar. He has a full inventory slot. He sold his boots for items as well, so the damage right now is absolutely unreal. He will now be a big problem for Aura Fire unless he can get absolutely zoned. In the previous fight, Vin was also able to stop Facehugger from using his root manipulation, so they will now have options on how they want to try and approach fights against Aura Fire. But it's back to the Lord game, the objective game, with 60 seconds left before the Lord comes back on the table. Again, it's always about the setup, about the vision game, and RRQ Hoshi. They're using Albert very efficiently. He's able to bait members from Aura Fire, and Aura just needs to be a bit more calm and disciplined, right? Because if they see Albert, they need to know that he is quite slippery and they can't expect to take him out reliably.
Man, I mean, you saw that play, and even Tezet saw that play, and he was just shaking his head. He was just like, all right, you got that one, man. You deserve it high, though.
Oh my god, high offside.
Oh.
Last play, though, gets caught, but take a look at Vin in the front side. Will not be able to survive. Time Journey pops high, 1 HP. Survives 5v4 now as Vin has been taken down 8 times. Item-wise, I do want to add something here. You want to know why that Fanny, why Albert deals a lot of damage? Because only Godiva built anti-cuirass. The rest of the members has yet to build anti-cuirass. And Albert is aware of that. He exploits that fact. Lord is up now. We'll see the setup.
Let's see, once again, the setup coming through. Fluffy with the flanks here. Albert might actually be caught by that knockout strike. RRQ needs to play it carefully. Godiva, whoa, 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 whoa!
Oh my god, take a look at the damage from that Bruno. Skylar, again, that poking damage high. 1 HP will not survive, rather, even from that magic worship. No magic worship.
Jeez.
So he survives. Plays on that magic mystery shop, so Aura Fire will reset the Lord. And it seems like RRQ Hoshi. Minute number 22. What do you think?
They started that fight 4v5 without Vin, and even then, it was looking very weird. Skylar was taking a lot of damage, and somehow, some way, they're still able to equalize and trade evenly, will not change anyone. And now Wild Charge is down. Ruin Manipulation has been used as well. RRQ Hoshi, they have a chance here.
No flicker, Skylar.
No flicker, Skylar. A little too soon as well here, perhaps. A little too premature, question mark? We'll see here, 20,000 on the HP for the Lord. Feather Airstrike now popped as well. Fluffy is trying to cancel out, but take a look at Albert. Trying to flank, trying to come into the Lord pit as well. Retribution battle will be won by High. Even falls. Skylar with the on-point win of nature. Flicker ult play by Vin will not mount to anything. Clay needs to escape Vin as well. He gets caught by the barrier. He gets taken down. 3v5. Aura Fire looks for the end.
What a fight by Aura Fire. The positioning by Kabuki. The retreat from High. It was a beautiful, beautiful team fight. And Aura Fire with this are looking for something. Albert though.
Oh! He gets the Immortal from High, but Albert gets shut it down. Aura Fire here. Only they are still strong with 5. Skylar defending only 2. Clay gets taken down as Facehugger claims the double. The base is just too exposed as Aura Fire, the Red Dragons, making the Kings of Kings bow down to the Dragons. 1-0, Aura Fire.
What a game, and again, if it came down to the late stages, they don't even need the gold lead. As long as everyone have their item power spikes, most importantly that Eve, that Beatrix, you're not going to be able to withstand that damage. Anyone and everyone, even if you have a Uranus, you're gonna get melted down by this composition. And Aura Fire, they strike first in the best of 5.
Wow, man. RRQ Hoshi, it looked so good for them, but all the way in the late game, the combination of a Beatrix and a Yves as well, has just a lot of range, a lot of ways that they can actually zone away and do damage to RRQ, and eventually they just come out on top. So we're well played, but it's only game number 1. This is a best of 5. And I think RRQ has a lot of adjustments to make. And I don't know, I feel like Vin on that Atlas, man, it was so difficult for him to get any kind of work done.